I think one of the things, it's very important that, regardless of what your political flavor is, Republican, Democrat, Independent, whatever, it's important that we talk to decision makers and kind of bend their ear on not just challenges that you have in your respective business, but also how you run your business. I mean, the mechanics and principles that you run your business with. I mean, again, if your outgo exceeds your income, your uplift will come to a downfall. That means you can't spend out more money than you take in.
And what's really shocking to me, in the years through 2003 through 2007, the government spent $550 billion a year more than it made in 2003 to 2007. And while that number seems kind of shocking, it's nothing when you think of that in 2008, for the first time in our history, we spent $1 trillion.
We become a debtor nation. Economists say next year we will be underwater. The GDP will be less than our national debt. And it's more frightening than what you think, because there are a lot of things that aren't being publicized. The public debt, and then you've got the gross debt, Medicare, Social Security. Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac are in the tank. They're delisted, their stock is delisted, but yet Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac has $5 trillion that we have to guarantee. They're in the tank, and there's $5 trillion that we have to guarantee.
There is an urgent and purposeful effort to manage our national fiscal priorities and pursue, I think as Harry was alluding to, an intelligent relationship between business and government. The growth of minority and women-owned enterprises will be thwarted, and the long-term impact on the United States economy and its competitive advantage globally will be negative.
There's studies done recently by academics Carmen Reinhart and Ken Rogan, which studied the impact of large ratios of GDP, debt to GDP, and they found that countries whose GDP was over 90% of GDP, whose debt was over 90% of GDP, actually had a negative impact to their growth rate of 1.3% per year.
What's of concern to me is that as minority businesses and women businesses are now starting to have some velocity, some positive trajectory, we have this debt. We have this spending that's not managed and that's out of control. Just at the time when we're starting to learn the lessons of being competitive and passing our generational wealth on to our children and our grandchildren, just at this critical time, we're having this challenge.
These numbers are astounding, and the progression is astounding, and we can't keep doing it. So it's important that we focus on it, and as leaders in our community, sometimes change has to occur with people getting educated and understanding the issue, and then taking it back and being thought leaders for the people that they touch.
We're going to lose what we have and lose our blessings if we don't watch out. So it's going to take some good government. It's going to take some good leadership. It's going to take a lot of pain. But the pain we do now will be the less pain that our children and our grandchildren will have. I believe that the world is safe as long as America is number one. And America can only be number one by being strong economically.